Jamshedpur. What was it like growing up in Jamshedpur, in a simple Tambram family eating vegetarian food?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump right into it. I think I've had the best childhood that anybody can imagine having. I grew up in a small town called Jamshedpur, Tatanagar at that point of time. And it was a small town. And I think it was such a small town and so impactful that I've always carried that small town boy attitude with me till date. And it served me well. Being a small town boy means that you're more aware of everybody around you. Unlike a big metropolis, you have to be involved with your neighbors' lives. You have to be involved with your friends' lives to an extent that today it seems almost interference. But at that time, it was considered caring. And when you're in a small town, one of the things that you become part of is nature, is the geography of the place, the flora and the fauna becomes part of your upbringing. The years of wiring and conditioning that you get in a place like that, if you spend, especially I spent 18, 20 years there, you learn to respect or disrespect uh, things depending on how the people around you reacted to it. And thankfully for me, the Tatas ran the city. And from very earlier on in my life, I remember the importance of them trying to say the importance of greenery. They would insist on planting trees because it was a steel city. It was a city that was very alluvial soil. So we had the best soil, but it was still an iron ore and steel and rustic sort of a city. And they intended to keep it green. So I remember the Jubilee parks, which we used to have, which are huge botanical parks that we used to roam around, took that for granted. And most importantly, I mean, anybody from Jamshedpur will tell you, we used to wake up to the sound of vacuum cleaners on the road, you know, at that time, in early 80s. We actually had vacuum cleaners that would clean the road. And I used to think that's how the rest of the world is before I traveled. It's only when I left
Or rest
Jamshedpur,
of the countries?
rest of the world, forget about the country, rest of the world, I used to think. And then it's only when I left Jamshedpur, on trips to South India and other parts of, vacation that my parents were very kind enough to take us and privileged enough, I realized, my God, I'm living in an extremely privileged place because the sanitation, the town planning, everything was so different compared to Jamshedpur. I don't know if you know, but it's one of the first planned cities of the
Yes,
country. So the
like
main
Chandigarh.
roads,
Like
Chandigarh
Chandigarh.
and Jamshedpur, yeah. So the main roads used to run from east to west. The by lanes used to run from north to south, like it is in the US. The wind used to clean the streets, and cleanliness and greenery was a very integral part of our culture, of our livelihood. And I remember I have had the privilege of playing in the streets, from gully danda to
Did you
kanchas and
climb trees like me?
oh,
Huh? Pluck fruit from trees,
uh,
eat them directly from the tree.
stole it.
Aam churaye, chiku
अरे
churaye,
हाँ
nimbu
मतलब
churaye,
जामुन आम
jamun churaye.
मतलब हाँ फिर क्या मतलब भेल हमने मतलब सब कुछ और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि जब चोट लगती थी
हाँ
हमें ये कहता था कि यार मिट्टी लो पोत लो और
हाँ
लंगड़ाते हुए चलो 3 दिन बाद ठीक हो जाता था
हाँ। और
तो
कितनी मतलब कितने चोट लगते थे घुटनों पे, बाप रे,
हाँ
पेड़ चढ़ते
मतलब
ऊपर।
वो तो बाद में कॉलेज में आके पता चला कि टिटनेस कोई चीज भी होता है कि भैया अगर रस्टिक चीज से लग जाए तो आप